recommendation on the floor.
Now, the news with Ben Kinney and meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning. Thank you for joining us. I'm Ben Kinney in for Gary this morning.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Eric Gage.
A lot to get to, but first, the weather. You've got your matcha tea. Well, there's nothing in it yet.
I'm making it. Don't worry.
You're making it. You're in the process of
making
it.
But yeah,
how's the weather looking?
I think it's a matcha type morning, and
yeah.
it's a frosty start. Temperatures are in the 30s over much of the area. Matter of fact, a look at those current conditions across central New York. We're seeing widespread clear skies, frost over much of our local region. In fact, the coolest temperature is sitting up at Saranac Lake at 26 degrees. And some patchy fog forming there as well. So fog is developing in some locations early today. But again, most of us seeing those clear skies. A live look in Oneonta right now. Mainly clear conditions. Temperature sitting at 32 degrees. So frost alert this morning. Maybe budget 30 seconds, minute or so to scrape some frost off the windshield. The frost early today for me wasn't as thick as some nights past, but some of you might be seeing a slightly harder frost. But regardless, today we'll be warming up from the 30s up into the 50s by this afternoon. But sunshine turns to clouds, and then clouds turns to a few scattered showers overnight tonight. We'll talk about those rain chances coming up in that full weekend forecast straight ahead.
Eric, thank you very much. Don't forget the Storm Tracker 2 forecast. It's never more than 10 minutes away. Hurricane Helene didn't just damage homes and infrastructures in the south. To this day, it threatens to postpone surgeries at hospitals nationwide, including here in central New York. Helene damaged and forced offline the North Carolina factory that produces the majority of IV fluids in hospitals nationwide. At Utica's Wynn Hospital, a team was assembled to address this anticipated shortage. They had to act quickly. The director of pharmacy for MVHS worked with nursing and medical staff doing a deep dive into how they use these fluids and how they could modify their use. If you can't get more IV fluids, it leaves you with one choice: streamline use and eliminate waste.
Our goal in the pharmacy department was to eliminate, mitigate any of the waste immediately. So we started implementing measures like taking some fluid bags offline and going to making IV push medications, for example.
The pharmacy director says the factory is just starting to release product, but they are several months away from recovering fully. In the meantime, they will continue conserving. Officials at MVHS say thanks to those conservation efforts, no surgeries have been impacted. Staying at the Wynn Hospital, happening today, it's the
WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired.
Welcome back to Sunrise on this Friday morning, our final work day of the week. And it's 5:11 right now, and heading out the door this morning, well, temperatures starting out a little frosty, sitting at 30 degrees in Old Forge. Fog is starting to develop. There's fog forming in parts of the North Country as well as parts of the southern valleys right now, mainly those lowest valley locations. In downtown Utica, it's fog-free, but it is frosty. Temperature sitting at 31 degrees. Heading down into Cooperstown right now, sitting at 32 degrees. So far, no fog is at least showing up on the camera here. And lastly, in Oneonta, we're looking fog-free. Maybe some fog way out in the distance near South Side, but for now, most of the city is looking clear. Temperature sitting at 32 degrees. Our traffic tracker is quiet early today. No incidents to report. And again, this morning after frost and some patchy fog, those temperatures climb only into the 50s by this afternoon. Sunshine turns to cloudy skies. But we do remain dry until this evening and tonight. That's when another system arrives, bringing potential for rain, and some chances that could extend into the weekend. We'll talk about that weekend forecast, plus the latest forecast for Halloween straight ahead. Ben?
Eric, thank you very much. NASA's SpaceX Crew 8
From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good Friday morning, everyone. After somewhat of a cool day yesterday, those clear skies have moved in. Those temperatures have fallen down into the 30s with quiet conditions here in downtown Utica. Somewhat frosty start. We notice right to the left of the camera here that there is some fog trying to form along the Mohawk River. So we'll keep you posted on that. But for now, most of the city area itself is fog free. We are sitting at 30 in Rome, 28 in Hamilton, 38 near 40 out in Syracuse. Looks to be the hot spot in central New York. Zooming in, North Country, 30s and 20s. Same thing for the Mohawk Valley. And then heading south, 20s and 30s. So frost for pretty much most locations early today. Looking at the bigger picture right now, radar and satellite showing high pressure in place, keeping things quiet here temporarily. But yet again, here comes another system by tonight that'll bring the chance for some scattered showers. And those rain chances will be hit or miss as we head throughout the weekend. But for today, it's looking entirely dry. If you are cleaning out some of the leaves, there's lots of it falling right now. Today is looking completely dry, but as you head into Saturday and Sunday, a bit iffy on those rain chances. But for tonight, though, if you're heading to some football games, I know some schools doing some homecoming games tonight. You've got cloudy skies, temperatures in the 50s. Maybe a passing light sprinkle, if that. So not entirely dry like last Friday, but overall not too bad of a temperature for Friday night football. But again, back to that weekend forecast. An afternoon shower is possible both Saturday as well as Sunday. But you notice here that sun icon. It's not going to be cloudy and rainy all day long. We'll have some opportunity for sunshine. And then before you know it, maybe a few sprinkles or showers passing through temporarily. Temperatures sitting in the 50s. Now, what do we mean by a passing spotty shower? Well, today we've got plenty of sun, high pressure in place, so no rainfall is expected. A disorganized low pressure begins to arrive tomorrow. Of course, that means disorganized rain showers. Clouds increase tonight, and then we'll see for early Saturday morning, potential lake effect just southwest of Utica. But by Saturday evening, here comes that system bringing a chance of a passing shower. We dry out temporarily overnight, maybe a flurry up in the North Country, and then Sunday starting out dry, but yet again by Sunday afternoon, here comes the potential for a few spotty showers. And so your 7-day forecast, cool through the weekend into the start of next week, but notice as we turn our attention to Halloween, the middle of next week, we are up into the 60s, near 70 degrees. And I mentioned to Steve yesterday morning, I would bet money there's not going to be a Halloween snowstorm this
Yeah, you
this
think?
year.
You think? I'd be very surprised if there were.
Yeah, we've had such a variety of weather for Halloween through years past that nothing really surprises us. But this year, it's a warm one.
I can remember growing up, there was one that was fairly warm. Oh, this is going back probably 2005, 2006, I want to say.
Yeah, pretty warm down there too. Also,
Yeah.
the flooding too.
Yeah,
years
that's
ago as
right.
well,
That's
so.
right. Yeah, 2019. Wow, 5 years ago for that already. All right. Wow. Thank you very much, Eric. The time now, 5:20. Still ahead on Sunrise. Tesla's.
Now, the news with Ben Kinney and meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning. Thank you for joining us this half hour. I'm Ben Kinney.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Eric Gage.
Take a look behind us.
Yeah,
Fog again.
Starting to roll back
Yeah.
into the Mohawk River. Of course, I have my
Your matcha.
my matcha's finally poured and ready, so this
good.
morning's
You're
continuing
set.
on. Yep, and we got fog moving in, but also a frosty one this morning.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
a chilly one. Heading out the door this morning. Let's take a look at those temperatures. We are in the 30s in Rome, 20s as you head down in parts of the lower elevations into the Mohawk, or at least south of the Mohawk Valley. 26 up in Saranac Lake, 29 in Watertown. In Oneonta right now, again, it's clear, but in the very faint distance, what appears to be some fog forming just to the east of Southside. Looks to be the case right there, sitting also at 30 degrees, so there is some widespread frost down there as well. And of course, with that chilly start to the day today, frost alert in effect, maybe budget an extra minute or two heading out the door this morning. But the next 12 hours, after this frosty start, in some locations seeing some patchy fog, we'll climb into the 50s by this afternoon with sunshine to start, clouds by the end of the day today, and then eventually a few scattered showers overnight. Now, we're going to be continuing to track those rain chances as we head into the next few days, into the weekend. Of course, it's coming up in that full forecast. Ben?
Eric, thank you. You forgot your matcha over here.
Go ahead and have it.
Nah, I'm good. Thank you, though. Don't forget your Storm Tracker 2 forecast.
Welcome back to Sunrise. Happy Friday, everyone. We are taking a look at our final photo of the day this week, and this one takes us to New Hartford, where we are looking at an amazing shot of the fall leaves as well as a visitor as well. The person who took this photo, Mark, said a young buck decided to lay down right in his backyard. An amazing photo right here. Of course, it's right around the time where it's rut season for many local white-tailed deer. So one of the pinnacles of upstate New York, we have lots and lots of deer. Amazing photo right here. If you would like to submit a photo like this one, send it to the link right there in the top of your screen, WKTV.com/weather/pics. This morning, frosty start. A lot of the area either near or below freezing. And some fog is trying its best to form as well. We'll have a look at some of that fog developing, plus what you can expect for today and into the weekend coming up in that full forecast. Ben?
Eric, thank you very much. There was a boy born to farming parents.
Most dependable weather team. Here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Friday. Today starting out rather chilly. Widespread frost, but on top of that, taking a look at our Nexus camera in downtown Utica, some fog from the Mohawk River is trying its best to creep its way into this downtown area itself. But for most of us, we are looking at clear skies, patchy valley fog in the southern valleys, up in the North Country, as well as some locations right along the Mohawk Valley. Zooming into those local temperatures, pretty much all of our area is near or below freezing. Westernville, the warmest spot, sitting at 36 degrees, but most of the locations in southern valleys are below freezing. So a frosty start today. Budget a few extra minutes to scrape the frost off the windshield early this morning. Radar and satellite picking up quiet conditions across much of our area early today. However, as we head into this evening and tonight, here comes that cold front. That'll bring with it the potential for a few scattered showers. Now, this cold front is weak. It's a part of this disorganized system of low pressure, and that will determine that the rain chances the next few days not nearly consistent as usually we see with some of those systems. But if you're heading to high school football tonight, I know some locations are having homecoming tonight. What a great football evening for that. We got temperatures in the 40s. It's not chilly, but it's not also warm. I say it's prime football weather. And then maybe an isolated sprinkle, but most of us see cloudy skies throughout the evening. Now, with all the leaves starting to fall, and believe me, there's still plenty falling up here on Smith Hill, we've got great weather for raking today. Same thing for Saturday and Sunday, but you're going to be dodging a few scattered showers. So if you don't want to rake wet leaves, I recommend raking today. So maybe when you get home from work, do it now or do it then. But that weekend forecast shaping up, well, hit or miss. We've got an afternoon shower possible both days, temperatures peaking in the 50s. But still, we have opportunity for sunshine. It's not going to be a dreary, cloudy day all day long, and I'll explain why. And so today, high pressure in place, sunshine to start. Clouds will increase from that low pressure system. Now, the system is disorganized, and because of that, we'll be seeing sunshine in the morning on Saturday mixing in with a scattered shower or two by the evening. Again, this time is not exact. This could pass through a few hours earlier, a few hours later, but just gives you an idea of the fact that these showers are not going to be consistent all day long. Then we dry out overnight, maybe some lingering lake effect drizzle, then dry for Sunday morning, chilly start, and then here comes the potential for a few scattered showers again by the afternoon. And so your 7-day forecast, Mix of unsettled conditions for Friday and Saturday. High temperatures sitting in the low 50s. By Monday, we're at 53 degrees, but notice by Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, we're not done with that warm temperature trend just yet. We're back into the 60s, nearing 70 degrees by Wednesday and for Halloween. So I know some of you wondering if you have to wear the Halloween costume and put a jacket over it. I think
Not this year.
Not this year. Just wear your Halloween costume.
Wow. Fantastic. All right. A lot of happy kids for that. And looks like no rain either, which is even better.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Eric. The New York Secretary...
With Ben Kinney and meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning. Thank you for joining us. I'm Ben Kinney in for Gary this morning.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Eric Gage.
Got a lot to get to this morning. It's starting to clear up. We had a little bit of fog earlier. Now looking behind us on the Nexus cam, it's gone.
Yeah, and the fog this morning is going to inch north-south, wherever it wants to go. The Mohawk River causing that here in downtown Utica. But what we are seeing is widespread frost. That's the main thing today. In fact, looking outside, some of those local temperatures early today, we are in the 20s at Griffiths and Rome, 28 as well in Hamilton, and heading up north to Watertown, also in the 20s, as well as Saranac Lake. So it's a chilly start early today. And in Oneonta, as suspected, it looked like that fog is forming just right near south side in the city down there as well. And I'm just looking at some data behind the scenes right now. There is fog forming in, looks to be in the valleys in Shenango County, as well as locations up in the North Country. So a heads up for that. On top of that, make sure you give some extra time this morning to go out and scrape some frost off the windshield. We've got frost widespread across the region early today. Now, it's a cool start. We do climb into the 50s by this afternoon. Sunshine turns to cloudy skies. And then as we head into the weekend, we'll be talking about some rain chances. Yes, unfortunately, we're not looking at a completely dry stretch, but for some of us, you would say maybe much needed rain is definitely needed. But we'll talk about that rain chance, plus how the weekend shapes up and how next week shapes up coming up in that full forecast. Ben?
Eric, thank you very much. Don't forget the Storm Tracker 2 forecast is never more than 10 minutes away. Well, Hurricane Helene didn't just damage infrastructures in the south. To this day, it threatens to postpone surgeries at hospitals nationwide, including here in central New York. Helene damaged and forced offline the North Carolina factory that produces the majority of IV fluids hospitals nationwide use every day. At Utica's Wynn Hospital, a team was assembled to address this anticipated shortage, and they had to act quickly. The director of pharmacy for MVHS worked with nursing and medical staff, doing a deep dive into how they use these fluids and how they could modify their use. If you can't get more IV fluids, it leaves you with one choice: streamline use and eliminate waste.
Our goal in the pharmacy department was to eliminate, mitigate any of the waste immediately. So we started implementing measures like taking some fluid bags offline and going to making IV push medications, for example.
The pharmacy director says the factory is just starting to release product, but are several months away from recovering fully. In the meantime, they will continue conserving. Officials at MVHS say thanks to those conservation efforts, no surgeries have been impacted. Happening today, it's the official opening of the
Care. Call Central New York Neurosurgery.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome back. Happy Friday. The time now is 6:11. If you headed through this morning, well, what can you expect? Well, we're starting out with a look at a foggy Old Forge early today. Temperature at 30 degrees, so frosty as well. There is some fog developing for parts of the North Country, as well as some isolated spots here in the Mohawk Valley, especially right along that Mohawk River line. It's clear right now in downtown Utica, but a few moments ago we did see that fog creep its way down near Risky Boulevard into the city itself. Also sitting at 30 degrees, so a frosty start here as well. No fog to report right now in Cooperstown. However, if we head into Oneonta, we can see, of course, that fog layer forming just along the south side area of Oneonta early today. Pretty much all of central New York waking up frosty, but things are quiet on our traffic tracker early this morning. And so when we start out today on the cooler side, sunshine across the board, we'll see clouds increase by this afternoon, but temperatures climbing up into the mid-50s. So overall, pretty seasonable day today. Following that, we'll have a look at what we can expect heading into the weekend coming up in that full forecast. Ben?
Eric, thank you very much. The time now.
News Channel 2 is brought to you by PJ Green. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Friday. A frosty one out there early today, a chilly one as well. Temperatures hovering in the 30s over much of our area. Downtown Utica, that fog that has creeped its way towards the city has since exited once more, so we are still looking at mainly clear skies, officially 30, of course, here in Utica. Across upstate New York, we are looking at pretty much most locations in the 30s or 20s, but zooming into our local area here, temperatures in the 30s and 20s in the North Country, 30s and 20s in the Mohawk Valley, and 30s and 20s in the Southern Valley. So crisp start today, and as we look to the radar and satellite right now, this is all driven by high pressure, keeping things quiet, skies clear, allowing that radiational cooling to take a full effect, allowing those temperatures to fall quickly. Now, we're not entirely quiet for the next 24 to 48 hours because we've got this low pressure system out to the west that'll arrive as we head into tonight. But if you're planning on going to some high school football games tonight, I know some locations having some homecoming games tonight, well, you've got overall not too bad of conditions. 40s and cloudy skies, potentially an isolated sprinkle depending on your location. So maybe grab that sweater of a hood just in case it does lightly sprinkle out, but most of us remain dry and temperatures pretty prime for fall football. Now, as we head throughout the weekend, especially including today, if you're looking to rake up some of those leaves, a lot of leaves are falling right now. Today is looking to be the best because Saturday and Sunday, yes, we do have some opportunity for sunshine. There'll be some rain showers hit or miss throughout the next few days. So you might be raking some wet leaves. So you can still do it if you want, but the best day to do it would be today. And as you look at our weekend forecast, well, it's, again, hit or miss. We've got 50s for both days, afternoon shower possible both days as well, but also some opportunity for sunshine mixing in. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, we take a look at our skycast here. Today, high pressure is in place, so things are quiet. Temperatures in the 50s for highs. Clouds will increase this evening. Here comes this low pressure system, and then we'll see a few spotty showers roll through as we head into the overnight hours. The early afternoon Saturday is dry, but then a passing shower is possible as well. So same thing for Sunday. Sunshine mixed in with a spotty shower here or there. So the weekend so far looking like a mixed bag of weather. Temperatures in the 50s. But as we head into Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday of next week, we are talking about another warm up. We're back into the 60s and 70s yet again. Of course, perfect time for Halloween, for trick-or-treating. You don't have to grab that winter jacket. No, I'd say just keep that costume on. That's it.
Yeah, we never had that growing up. Very rarely. Very rarely.
Maybe a Halloween snowstorm.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, occasional of those. All right, thank you very much, Eric. Well, it continues to be a challenging public 2024.
Now, the news with Ben Kinney and meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning. Thank you for joining us this half hour. I'm Ben Kinney, in for Gary this morning.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Eric Gage.
A lot to get to. That fog, not as clear behind us, but we can definitely see it looking over the valley on the Cavy Tower cam.
Yeah, we got some fog forming over the Mohawk River. A few spots north and south of the valley, too. And this morning, even if you're not seeing fog, what you're seeing is frost. It's a frosty start. Heading out the door this morning, those temperatures are starting out in the 30s and 20s pretty much most of central New York seeing that temperature trend right there. And a live look at Oneonta, we have that early morning twilight, but you can see that fog starting to thicken up and extend beyond the south side region into the central part of Oneonta as we head throughout the morning. It's currently sitting at 30 crisp degrees in the city of the hills. And so with that frost in mind, heading out the door early today, just to make sure you're not running late for work, I recommend budgeting an extra minute or so, maybe a few extra seconds, just to go ahead and scrape that frost off the windshield. But for today, though, temperatures initially in the 30s, climbing as high as the 50s by this afternoon, with sunshine turning to cloudy skies. Now, it looks to be dry for the entire day today. However, as we head into tonight, there could be some potential for rain showers lingering into the early morning tomorrow. We'll, of course, talk about those rain chances throughout the weekend. Will it be a washout or not? Plus, how those temperatures trend heading closer to Halloween straight ahead. Ben?
Eric, thank you very much. New this morning, the race for the White House.
News Channel 2 is brought to you by Holland Farms Bakery and Deli.
Welcome back to Sunrise on this Friday morning. Our photo today takes us to New Hartford. An amazing photo sent in by Mark of a fall backyard. Lots of leaves in the ground, lots of even colorful leaves on the tree way up on the top of the screen. But also notice too a visitor. We have a young buck there laying on the ground. Of course, one of the common sights here in central New York as we enter closer to rut season. But amazing photo right here sent in by Mark. If you would like to submit a photo like this one showcasing the fall foliage or any fall pictures in your neck of the woods, send it to WKTV.com/weather/pics for a chance to have your photo featured right here on News Channel 2 at sunrise. Well, this morning, temperatures are starting out in the 30s and 20s, a frosty start for much of our area. We are tracking some patchy fog early today, but we'll see sunshine move in, but then a few more clouds arrive by the evening. We'll talk about not only that, but we can expect heading into the weekend coming up in that full forecast. Ben?
Eric, thank you very much. There was a boy born to farming parents in a tiny...
Most dependable weather team. Here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Friday. The week has moved pretty quickly, and we're now entering the final weekend of October. And in fact, a live look in downtown Utica right now. It's a quiet start. Some fog creeped its way towards the downtown area a few times, but so far, most of that region is relatively fog-free. Clear skies, frosty start this morning. Temperatures in the 20s for much of the area, or low 30s, as you can see here. North Country, low 30s, upper 20s. Same thing for the Mohawk Valley and Oneida County, and same thing as you head south. 30 in Cooperstown, 27 in Sherburne. And right now, looking at the broader scale side of things, we've got high pressure in place here across much of our local area. But notice we've got green and yellows heading our direction. Rain showers will be moving in as we head into tonight, and then a few chances for some spotty showers heading into the weekend. Before we get to that, though, look at that high school football forecast heading to Friday night lights tonight, or some homecoming games. I know some schools are doing that tonight as well. You've got temperatures in the 40s with mostly cloudy skies, so not too bad in terms of football weather. In fact, pretty pleasant with those cooler temperatures, but I recommend bundling up a little bit. Maybe grab that umbrella just in case, or that hooded sweatshirt, because there's potential for a light sprinkle depending on your location. Now, there's lots of leaves falling across our area from those winds we've seen in the past few days. Today is a great day to do some raking, but as you head into the weekend, you still could do it. Still some opportunity for sunshine, but the leaves might be a little bit damp from some rain chances both Saturday as well as Sunday. And speaking of those rain chances, look at your weekend forecast. A possible afternoon shower both Saturday and Sunday with high temperatures in the low 50s. But also notice here, you got that sun icon. There's not complete overcast skies for the weekend. We have opportunity for sunshine as well. Before we get to that weekend forecast, though, the forecast for today, sunshine to start. Morning fog burns off. Temperatures climb into the low to mid 50s. Then by tonight, we'll see clouds increase, and then a potential for a few spotty showers and light sprinkles overnight into early Saturday morning. Saturday starts out mainly dry, maybe some lake effect drizzle south and west of Utica. Before, as we head into the afternoon, potential for a few spotty showers. The timing of this could still change by a few hours or so. The system is disorganized. We're not looking at anything that is very consistent regarding any signal for rain. Regardless, maybe some light lake effect drizzle into early Sunday morning. Then by 6 a.m. onwards, we're dry once more Sunday. Into the early afternoon, that's when our next chance of a few spotty showers roll through. But notice in between those showers, still sunny skies. So a mixed bag of weather for your weekend. Temperatures in the 50s. 50s for Monday as well, but take a look at this. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, we are up into the 60s and 70s. As we approach Halloween, those of you wondering what that Halloween forecast is going to be like, whether you have to bundle up the kids, well, I would say you can wear the costumes without any coat at all. It's looking to be pretty pleasant for Halloween. Not usually do we see 70s.
Yeah, it's almost summer-like.
Yeah, summer does not want to leave, does it?
I'm okay with that.
I'm fine with some more days of 70s.
Same here. All right, thank you very much, Eric. The time now 6:53, still ahead this morning on Sunrise.
New York's most dependable weather team. Here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, Central New York. Happy Friday. Happy final Friday of October. As we head into the final weekend of October, well, temperatures remain seasonable, slightly cooler, but today, after a frosty start, conditions are going to continue to gradually warm up into the 50s with plenty of sun. Radar and satellite right now is showing, of course, clear skies across the board. However, out to the west, we'll see clouds start to increase. Mostly cloudy skies expected this evening, but again, to start the day today, patchy fog gives way to sunshine. High school football takes place tonight again, Friday night under the lights, and on top of that, some local schools also doing homecoming. And as we head into tonight, temperatures, well, I would say pretty normal for football. We got temperatures in the 40s with cloudy skies. Potential for an isolated sprinkle. I recommend just keeping that umbrella in the car handy, maybe grabbing that sweater with the hood as well. And temperatures as we head through the overnight hours will remain similar to this. No frost expected early tomorrow. Now, we've been seeing a lot of leaves falling over the past few days from those winds, and of course, as we're entering the final stretch of the fall foliage season here in central New York. With that in mind, today, great weather to do some raking or do some fall cleanup. Saturday and Sunday, I would say yes, but there would be a chance for a scattered shower both Saturday as well as Sunday. The leaves might be a little bit on the damp side, so you still can do it, but today may be your best bet. Now, speaking of that weekend forecast, well, we've got a potential for an afternoon shower both Saturday as well as Sunday. Highs in the 50s. And although we're seeing those spotty showers, notice here that sunshine icon. There will be sun mixed in for both days. So this is not going to be a complete washout. We'll explain what that means as we look ahead to the weekend forecast. But let's look at today. We've got sunshine moving in, temperatures in the 50s for highs. By this evening, clouds will increase, and then by tonight, we will see the potential for a few scattered light showers. 6 a.m. tomorrow, we'll see the potential for a lake effect south and west of Utica. Sunshine for the most of the area for the start of the day. Then by the evening, disorganized low pressure brings in a few scattered showers to our area, and then same thing in the North Country, could see even potential for some flurries to fall. Then by Sunday, frosty start likely, and then by the afternoon, the potential for a spotty shower. But you notice here, still plenty of sunshine for parts of the region as well. So one of those weekends where it's a mixed bag of weather. We've got temperatures in the 50s, sunshine, a spotty shower, dry for Monday, high of 53. But notice a difference as we look beyond Monday and into next week. We are back into the 60s and 70s with mostly cloudy skies and overall pretty pleasant conditions for trick-or-treating next Thursday. It's going to be fantastic with no need for a heavy jacket, with probably temperatures by the evening falling into the 50s.
Severe.
New York's most dependable weather team. Here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, Central New York. Happy Friday. Happy final Friday of October. As we head into the final weekend of October, well, temperatures remain seasonable, slightly cooler, but today, after a frosty start, conditions are going to continue to gradually warm up into the 50s with plenty of sun. Radar and satellite right now is showing, of course, clear skies across the board. However, out to the west, we'll see clouds start to increase. Mostly cloudy skies expected this evening, but again, to start the day today, patchy fog gives way to sunshine. High school football takes place tonight again, Friday night under the lights, and on top of that, some local schools also doing homecoming. And as we head into tonight, temperatures, well, I would say pretty normal for football. We got temperatures in the 40s with cloudy skies. Potential for an isolated sprinkle. I recommend just keeping that umbrella in the car handy, maybe grabbing that sweater with a hood as well. And temperatures as we head to the overnight hours will remain similar to this. No frost expected early tomorrow. Now, we've been seeing a lot of leaves falling over the past few days from those winds, and of course, as we're entering the final stretch of the fall foliage season here in central New York. With that in mind, today, great weather to do some raking or do some fall cleanup. Saturday and Sunday, I would say yes, but there would be a chance for a scattered shower both Saturday as well as Sunday. The leaves might be a little bit on the damp side, so you still can do it, but today may be your best bet. Now, speaking of that weekend forecast, well, we've got a potential for an afternoon shower both Saturday as well as Sunday. Highs in the 50s. And although we're seeing those spotty showers, notice here that sunshine icon. There will be sun mixed in for both days. So this is not going to be a complete washout. We'll explain what that means as we look ahead to the weekend forecast. But let's look at today. We've got sunshine moving in, temperatures in the 50s for highs. By this evening, clouds will increase, and then by tonight, we will see the potential for a few scattered light showers. 6 a.m. tomorrow, we'll see the potential for a lake effect south and west of Utica. Sunshine for the most of the area for the start of the day. Then by the evening, disorganized low pressure brings in a few scattered showers to our area, and then same thing in the North Country, could see even potential for some flurries to fall. Then by Sunday, frosty start likely, and then by the afternoon, the potential for a spotty shower. But you notice here, still plenty of sunshine for parts of the region as well. So one of those weekends where it's a mixed bag of weather. We've got temperatures in the 50s, sunshine, a spotty shower, dry for Monday, high of 53. But notice a difference as we look beyond Monday and into next week. We are back into the 60s and 70s with mostly cloudy skies and overall pretty pleasant conditions for trick-or-treating next Thursday. It's going to be fantastic with no need for a heavy jacket, with probably temperatures by the evening falling into the 50s.
New York's most dependable weather team. Here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, Central New York. Happy Friday. Happy final Friday of October. As we head into the final weekend of October, well, temperatures remain seasonable, slightly cooler, but today, after a frosty start, conditions are going to continue to gradually warm up into the 50s with plenty of sun. Radar and satellite right now is showing, of course, clear skies across the board. However, out to the west, we'll see clouds start to increase. Mostly cloudy skies expected this evening, but again, to start the day today, patchy fog gives way to sunshine. High school football takes place tonight again, Friday night under the lights, and on top of that, some local schools also doing homecoming. And as we head into tonight, temperatures, well, I would say pretty normal for football. We got temperatures in the 40s with cloudy skies. Potential for an isolated sprinkle. I recommend just keeping that umbrella in the car handy, maybe grabbing that sweater with a hood as well. And temperatures as we head to the overnight hours will remain similar to this. No frost expected early tomorrow. Now, we've been seeing a lot of leaves falling over the past few days from those winds, and of course, as we're entering the final stretch of the fall foliage season here in central New York. With that in mind, today, great weather to do some raking or do some fall cleanup. Saturday and Sunday, I would say yes, but there would be a chance for a scattered shower both Saturday as well as Sunday. The leaves might be a little bit on the damp side, so you still can do it, but today may be your best bet. Now, speaking of that weekend forecast, well, we've got a potential for an afternoon shower both Saturday as well as Sunday. Highs in the 50s. And although we're seeing those spotty showers, notice here that sunshine icon. There will be sun mixed in for both days, so this is not going to be a complete washout. We'll explain what that means as we look ahead to the weekend forecast. But let's look at today. We've got sunshine moving in, temperatures in the 50s for highs. By this evening, clouds will increase, and then by tonight, we will see the potential for a few scattered light showers. 6 a.m. tomorrow, we'll see the potential for a lake effect south and west of Utica. Sunshine for the most of the area for the start of the day. Then by the evening, disorganized low pressure brings in a few scattered showers to our area. And then same thing in the North Country, could see even potential for some flurries to fall. Then by Sunday, frosty start likely. And then by the afternoon, the potential for a spotty shower. But you notice here, still plenty of sunshine for parts of the region as well. So one of those weekends where it's a mixed bag of weather. We've got temperatures in the 50s, sunshine, a spotty shower, dry for Monday, high of 53. But notice a difference as we look beyond Monday and into next week. We are back into the 60s and 70s with mostly cloudy skies and overall pretty pleasant conditions for trick-or-treating next Thursday. It's going to be fantastic with no need for a heavy jacket, with probably temperatures by the evening falling into the 50s.
Not enough.
Future forecast with Chief Meteorologist Bill Cardis.
We're seeing some changes in the weather this evening as a cold front approaches. This is producing a few scattered showers. It's a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. These will not last for very long and will be moving through within the hour for most areas. The current temperature at 52 degrees. The air is pretty dry, so a lot of these showers will be very, very light as they move through. Our weather headlines, the weekend looks pretty nice. A few showers are expected tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow evening, but most of the weekend is expected to be dry. It is windy tomorrow, but seasonably chilly. The weather looks to warm up as we head into Halloween. It looks like we're not done with 60 and 70 degree weather just yet. Showers this evening, temperatures in the 40s, again tracking a generally pleasant weekend. Look at the forecasts coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. Senator Joe Griffo handed out Senate commendations today to people making a difference in our community.
News with Ben Kinney.
Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us. I'm Ben Kinney, in for Gary.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Eric Gage.
Absolutely perfect fall day out there. A little bit on the chilly side, but looking at the satellite, there are some clouds moving in, it looks like.
Yeah, I'm going to say this. I mean, regardless of whether it's cold out,
yeah,
as long as the sunshine is out, that's all that matters to me. And the sun is shining, in fact, look all across central New York. First off, in Oneonta, where we're seeing near cloudless skies early today. A great shots of the quiet conditions all across central New York. And yes, as Ben mentioned, we've got some clouds starting to arrive from the west. Western New York, Buffalo, Rochester reporting clouds. But for now, we're tracking plenty of sunshine. Radar is dry here locally, but let's zoom out a little bit because we've got some rain showers developing just outside of Toronto, out in Canada, approaching the border of Lake Erie and New York State. And this will shift to the east into our local area. Now, these initial showers will weaken and fall apart, but as I mentioned earlier, we can't run an isolated sprinkle this evening and tonight, primarily between 6 p.m. to 8 p.m., with a best shot for a scattered shower overnight tonight and into early tomorrow morning. And so the next 12 hours, favorite temperatures peaking in the mid-50s. Clouds increasing, mostly cloudy tonight, a spotty shower. But we're not tracking frost for tomorrow morning. Matter of fact, not too bad of a start. Temperatures in the low 40s. We'll talk about what we can expect for the final weekend of October and the stretch leading up to Halloween straight ahead. Ben?
Eric, thank you very much. Senator Joe Griffo.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good afternoon, everyone. Today shaping up chilly but sunny. In fact, taking a live look at downtown Utica right now. Gorgeous blue skies out in the distance. Temperatures from across the region sitting in the 40s and 50s. Zooming into parts of our area, 40s and 50s in the Mohawk Valley, 40s in the North Country, and Southern Valley still sticking in the 40s at this point. And the radar right now is entirely dry, but as I showed previously, we've got some rain showers developing from the western sky, pushing eastward into our area. Most of that will arrive and fall apart as we head into the overnight hours, but if you're heading to any Friday night football games tonight, temperatures will be in the 40s, mostly cloudy, potential for an isolated sprinkle. So just a heads up to maybe keep that umbrella handy in the car or have that hoodie handy as well. To avoid getting wet. But speaking of getting wet with rain showers, with the leaves that are falling, plenty of them are falling over the next few days. Today's still the best day to do some raking. Saturday and Sunday, you got some sunshine mixing in, but it's looking to be a hit or miss regarding a few rain showers. Matter of fact, the official weekend forecast calls for an afternoon shower both days. The timing of it is still uncertain, but mixing in with these showers will be some peaks of sunshine, high temperatures in the low 50s. And so on our Skycast today, we started out rather frosty, sunshine, very plentiful across the area this afternoon. But by this evening, here comes those clouds and potential for a scattered sprinkle or two overnight into early tomorrow morning. Following that, tomorrow between 6 a.m. and noontime, a lot more sun than clouds. And then by the evening, here comes our weak disturbance number 1, bringing in a few scattered showers to our area. And then overnight, maybe a few spotty lake effect showers. Sunday also starting out dry, potentially frosty once more, and then by Sunday afternoon, the return to a few more scattered showers. So again, the next few days looking to be a little bit unsettled Saturday and Sunday, but still plenty of opportunity for sunshine. By the way, the making strides against Brent Skinser Walk looks to be dry in the morning, but it's going to be a cool one if that. Monday, temperatures in the 50s. We're back into the 60s by Tuesday, approaching the 70s by Wednesday and Thursday, just in time for Halloween. Trick-or-treating, I think it'll be in the 50s by the time we get closer to sunset. So I'm thinking about great weather as we look ahead.
You know, that's amazing that Halloween in the 70s, when we were growing up, we had Halloween with like 2 feet of snow.
Oh, I remember, well, maybe don't remember the exact times for that.
2011.
But, what's that?
2011.
2011.
I remember.
Oh, you're right. Yes. Some snow.
I know my dates.
Well.
I know my dates. Thank you very much, Eric. With election season. Good afternoon once again. Thank you for joining us. I'm Ben Kinney in for Gary this noon.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Eric Gage.
Taking a look at Oneonta, still a little bit of color down in the southern valleys, it looks like.
Yeah, some more gray mixing in, but yeah, plenty of vibrant colors
Yeah.
still present in a lot of spots. So we're entering the downward slide of fall foliage here in central New York, but still, although it's cool out, it's a pretty pleasant late October day. We're still hovering slightly below average, sitting in the upper 40s. Normal highs this time of year in the mid 50s, so we'll likely reach that mark here in the next few hours. But notice with the sunshine here locally, we got a few clouds out to the west. Those clouds will gradually reach our area, and we'll see these conditions continue to produce more overcast skies than not as we head into tonight. Radar and satellite, or at least the radar is showing dry conditions right now here locally, but to our west is where we're seeing the arrival of a few scattered showers. These initial rain showers will fall apart for the most part here locally later on this evening. Maybe an isolated sprinkle still surviving, but our best shot for rain will be overnight tonight. And so the next 12 hours favor sunshine turning to cloudy skies by this evening, and temperatures falling only into the low 40s. So we're not looking at a frosty start by tomorrow morning, but we'll talk about what we can expect for the weekend and into the first week of, at least the final week of October, heading closer to Halloween, coming up in that full forecast. Ben?
Eric, thank you very much. Making a positive business environment.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good afternoon, everyone. Sunshine has moved in. It's been a frosty start today, but temperatures have slowly climbed into the 40s. A live look at downtown Utica right now. We're looking at blue skies out in the distance, sitting at 51 officially, so now we've risen above that 50-degree mark. The current conditions across all of New York State showing mainly temperatures in the 50s and 40s. Zooming in the 50s in the Mohawk Valley, 40s in North Country, southern valleys sitting in the 40s and 50s. So still a bit cool out. No longer seeing that summer-like stretch we saw earlier this week, but that might be approaching as we head into next week. The radar right now is entirely dry, but to our west, we're seeing a few scattered showers starting to arrive. They look to arrive as early as tonight. Heading to high school football, temperatures sit in the 40s under mostly cloudy skies, maybe an isolated sprinkle. So maybe keep that umbrella handy in your car, or grab that sweatshirt or a hoodie so you can stay warm, as well as make sure you're not going to get rained on. But regardless, during the daytime hours today, it's your best shot for raking up the leaves. A lot of those leaves have fallen over our area. We'll still remain dry here and there Saturday and Sunday, but I put these as a yellow icon because we'll be seeing, again, those scattered showers, and wet leaves might be a bit more difficult to rake. Regardless, though, heading throughout the weekend, an afternoon shower possible both days, temperatures peaking in the 50s with opportunity for sunshine both days as well. And so, on our Skycast today, temperatures are started out in the 30s, climbing into the 50s by this afternoon, increasing clouds tonight with lows falling down into the 50s. Breezy to start out your Saturday, and of course a few spotty sprinkles here and there overnight. Dry to start Saturday, but then as we head into Saturday evening, here comes our first chance for at least a scattered shower or two. This will push through our region, will dry out temporarily, maybe additional lake effect drizzle coming off of Lake Ontario heading into early Sunday morning. Then between 6 a.m. and noontime Sunday looks to be mainly dry, and then to our west, a few more scattered showers form, maybe a few flurries in the higher elevations, as we'll see that continue into the evening and overnight. And so your 7-day forecast, it's cool, somewhat breezy and windy for Saturday. Sunday, temperature peaking at 50 degrees. Following Sunday, we're up into the 60s and 70s as we head into next week, closer to Halloween. So we've got nicer weather arriving, fantastic conditions for trick-or-treating.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic conditions. Wow, additions. I can't speak today. I'm
Fantastic
tired.
conditions.
Yeah.
It's a tongue twister.
Yeah, it is. Thank you very much, Eric. There was a boy born.
Forecast with Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
We're seeing some changes in the weather this evening as a cold front approaches. This is producing a few scattered showers. It's a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. These will not last for very long and will be moving through within the hour for most areas. The current temperature of 52 degrees. The air is pretty dry, so a lot of these showers will be very, very light as they move through. Our weather headlines, the weekend looks pretty nice. A few showers are expected tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow evening, but most of the weekend is expected to be dry. It is windy tomorrow, but seasonably chilly. The weather looks to warm up as we head into Halloween. It looks like we're not done with 60 and 70 degree weather just yet. Showers this evening, temperatures in the 40s, again tracking a generally pleasant weekend. Look at the forecasts coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. Senator Joe Griffo.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. We're tracking a few scattered showers moving in from the west. There's a weak cold front that will move through tonight, and it's going to set the stage for a cool, blustery start to the weekend. This is a live look in downtown Utica. Again, heading into the weekend, we're looking at breezy conditions on Saturday with some improvements in the weather on Sunday. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Some scattered showers are moving in from the west. This activity will be relatively light and only last for about the next 1 to 2 hours. Heading into Saturday, we're looking at breezy conditions, high temperature of 53. On Sunday, partly sunny skies, a high of 50. Most of the weekend looks dry. Best chance of rain would be Saturday afternoon and Saturday evening, but even that, it doesn't look to be a washout. Winds pick up on Saturday, which means the leaves are going to be coming down in a hurry. And we're looking at breezy conditions on Sunday. Less wind compared to Saturday. Light winds on Monday, and then breezy conditions return heading into Tuesday. We lose daylight fast this time of the year. This is also a reminder that it's not this weekend, but the following weekend that we're going to change the clocks. We'll have more reminders for you on that coming up. But 2 weeks from now, we're going to be seeing sunsets before 5 o'clock. Skywatchers checking in. Temperatures in the 50s. Bob and Clinton 55. West Leiden 51. Norway, Donna checks in with 54, Old Forge 48, Cooperstown 53, Paynes Hollow with 55. So we look at the radar and satellite image. You got a couple of passing showers moving in from the west. Breezy conditions will arrive as we head into Saturday as high pressure moves in. The air is cold enough where it could generate a few lake effect rain showers late in the day. Tonight, mostly cloudy, passing shower, overnight lows in the low 40s. Not as chilly as last night, where we had a widespread frost. We won't be seeing that tomorrow. Looking at sunshine in the morning, followed by clouds and a few showers in the afternoon as some lake effect rain develops. Some of this could fall as some snow showers in the Adirondacks. It's cold Saturday night. Overnight lows drop down into the upper 20s, and Sunday looks pretty nice. I think we're going to hold on to sunshine for most of the day. Passing showers possible north, but again, most of us stay dry with temperatures near 50. Showers tonight, low of 40. Tomorrow, scattered showers late in the day, 53 for the high. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. It's chilly Sunday morning for making strides against breast cancer, but the afternoon should be pretty nice. Sunny skies Monday, 53. And then we see a warm up. A few showers Tuesday, temperatures near 70 by Wednesday and Thursday.
All right, not warm enough to have the chocolate melt, but...
No. Yeah.
Thanks, Bill. Still to come on News Channel 2 at 6. John is live for a first look at the forecast. Congratulations.
Thank you.
That was such a great ceremony. And it was so much
thank
fun.
you. I'm honored to be part of that. I really am. You know, like I said, I got into this because I love the weather, but I really love being part of this community too.
Well, and we love having you. So the weekend forecast is not looking too bad.
No, it really isn't. I know a lot of people are still doing things outdoors. We're now kind of getting into the cleanup mode. The leaves are coming down. Sunday's going to be the better of the 2 days to take care of any lawn business because Saturday we've got a lot of wind around, and I think that's going to knock down a lot of leaves off the trees. We are now considered past peak in terms of fall color across central New York, but there are still a lot of really nice trees to look at. Current temperature 47 degrees, cloudy skies. We have a cold front that moved through earlier today. It did bring just a couple of sprinkles, and we could see a passing shower this evening, but it's not expected to be more than that. Overnight lows look to drop down into the low 40s. We'll avoid a frost, unlike this morning. Overnight lows will get down to around 40. We're tracking some generally nice weather into the weekend and much warmer weather early next week. A look at the forecast coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. The governor's office today announced new state funding for volunteer.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. We're taking a live look in downtown Utica. Temperatures are cooling off, but not as fast as we saw last night. We're sitting at a temperature of 48 degrees. We've got clouds in store for the start of the weekend, but Saturday should be a pretty decent day. Sunshine followed by more clouds and showers. Windy and cooler, a high of 53. On Sunday, partly sunny skies with temperatures near 50. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. All is quiet across the region. We did see a couple of sprinkles earlier today. Could see a few as we head into tonight. The winds are expected to pick up. It looks windy tomorrow. Winds from the west between about 15 to 20 miles an hour sustained, with gusts up to 30 miles an hour. So pretty windy day. Sunday, the winds become lighter, but it's still breezy. Monday, the winds are pretty close to calm, and then breezy conditions on Tuesday. With that being said, the wind is going to take the leaves down, and if you do have to clean up the yard, I think Sunday is going to be the better of the 2 weekend days because Saturday's windy and we have showers around, but Sunday does look drier, as does Monday. We are going to lose a lot of leaves here as, again, the winds really kick up over the weekend. 47 degrees at Griffiths and Rome, Syracuse 53, Watertown 51. Cold front came through earlier this evening, brought a few sprinkles with it. There's not a big push of cold weather behind it, but it is going to be breezy as we head into tomorrow. Temperatures fall into the low 40s tonight. We start out Saturday morning with some sunshine. As cooler air works in, we do expect to see a response from Lake Ontario that brings some lake effect cloud cover and a few lake effect rain showers, especially west of Utica into the afternoon. But as the winds turn direction into more of a westerly way, that's going to carry lake effect rain showers across the area Saturday evening. In fact, it even could fall as some snow showers in the Adirondacks. Little accumulation is expected. Widespread frost to start out Sunday morning, temperatures in the upper 20s. Sunday looks pretty nice. A very small chance of a shower, especially north of the Mohawk Valley. High temperatures near 50 degrees. Showers tonight, low temperature 40. Sunshine tomorrow, followed by a few scattered showers. It's a windy day and a high of 53. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Sunday, a pretty nice afternoon. Again, a small chance of a shower north. Monday looks sunny, 53. Tuesday, showers as a warm front moves in. Wow, it does get warm. We're close to 70 as we look ahead to Wednesday and Halloween.
And this isn't unheard of, but we're not going to look the gift horse in the mouth here.
Yeah, we're going to do it again.
All right, sounds good. Thanks, Bill. Coming up next, one astronaut remains. Curtis, for a first look at the forecast. A great ceremony today. Congratulations.
Thank
first.
you.
And you had some great people that were amongst you today.
It was an honor to be among them. It was very humbling, too. So I definitely appreciate the honor and the time that they took to do that.
It was a wonderful day.
Yeah.
Got a wonderful weekend ahead.
We
And
do.
a couple of showers, but really overall, not too bad for fall.
Yeah, the weather looks pretty good. I know a lot of people are going to be out raking. We've got wind in store tomorrow. Those leaves are going to blow right off the trees. And if you do have to take care of that, I think Sunday is going to be a lot better than Saturday weather-wise. We're going to be dealing with the wind here tomorrow. Temperature-wise, we'll be in the 50s. We're going to start out tomorrow morning above freezing. We won't be dealing with the frost. Current temperature 47 degrees, cloudy skies. A couple of sprinkles out there earlier this evening, but the weather is looking dry. And we do expect a generally dry start to the weekend. A couple of showers overnight, but we'll see sunshine here for Saturday. We're tracking much warmer weather heading into next week. A look at the forecast coming up. Casey, back to you.
Bill, thank you. The governor's office.
Central New York's most dependable weather team. Here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. Temperatures in the upper 40s this evening. We're taking a live look in downtown Utica. Pretty quiet conditions out there tonight. Cold front sweeping through the area this evening will bring wind with it as we head into tomorrow. It's looking to be a windy day. Winds from the west between 15 to 20 miles an hour. Gusts as high as 30 miles an hour. The winds will become lighter on Sunday. With the winds here Saturday, it means the leaves are coming down if you have to clean up the yard. Sunday is going to be the better of the 2 weekend days to do that. Monday looks even better too with less wind. Temperatures in the 40s this evening. We won't be quite as cold tonight with clouds in place. We have, again, this cold front that will continue to move to the east. And tonight we're looking at mostly cloudy skies. We do get some clearing as we head towards Saturday morning, so we'll see some sunshine early Saturday. A round of some light rain is expected in the afternoon and early evening off of Lake Ontario. Temperatures will be in the low 50s. Some of this falls as snow showers in the Adirondacks Saturday night. The weather looks dry as we head into Sunday. We're looking at clear skies. It starts out frosty, but we should see some sunshine in the afternoon. Just a slight chance of a shower north of the Mohawk Valley Sunday afternoon. A few showers come to an end tonight. Low temperature 40. Tomorrow, sunshine followed by a few scattered showers. 53 for the high. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. The weather warms up next week. Monday's high 53. We're 60 on Tuesday. Up to 70 looking ahead to Wednesday and Thursday. Jason.
All right, Bill, thank you. Have a great weekend. You have a great weekend too, but don't go anywhere. Sports Express is next.